Are usually only the future, as seen from the perspective, are the things that you shall see.
What is she talking?
I believe that you understand, right? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your... This was good tea, by the way.
The voice.
You're here! Final...
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Neuvillete and Lady Furina, they...
Like I said, I've already explained everything!
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you... Look at this! This is...
You mean...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins.
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct. Which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was...
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating...
I don't! I've never seen such slates!
I'll ask you again. Do you My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or...
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. I understand your concerns, but... I'm sorry. I just don't...
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Furina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations. There are several indications that you have been... This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be. Nor...
So you've been watching me all this time, have you?
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then there's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. Just trust in me. You're Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. That's all I have to say. We do not discuss this... Oh! The opera's about to start. Toodles!
Did Furina not notice us standing by the door?
I assume you've been outside for a while.
Oh! You noticed!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the bait. Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. We may have to create a situation.
Oh?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial.
But Furina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions.
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. But who will lend us...
Well, that's everything. Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of...
And here you are, drinking tea like it's the most...
That's what family should do.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me?
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, as for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pulling up.
Oh? How?
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand.
Huh?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your
In that case, do any of you have experience
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger.
I've also gone down.
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, though that was their name, they did not hunt today. Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly. A trap comprises of the following components: bait. So, if we were to build a trap...
For me, I would prefer something Our line of work requires a deft hand.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you?
Yes, and I even managed to gather some
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit.
Calm and steady.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillete?
I fear I do not have an...
That makes sense. You usually solve but I do have one more question for you. If we were to create a trap now...
I would like for it to be effective, but...
Kind, as always. However, if we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes...
Wait.
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without...
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, but we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge.
Oh, so that's what's...
It's been a tough few days. Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks... it's hard to say. Paimon does... After all, you're the most reliable person in the... Did you just pour some... Paimon's never seen that...
Don't be frightened.
Who's that voice?
Aw, have you forgotten me already?
Wait. You are familiar.
The voice from the sky. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling Consider me a passerby. The prophecy. Yes, what has been
What?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything into that? So just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspective are the things that you shall see.
What is she talking?
I believe that you understand, right? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your... This was good tea, by the way.
The voice. Alright. Hey, it's you who's getting late.
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively
Luna!
Fine. just fine. Not all Fontainians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that
did she?
Why, yes! It was Charlotte. I'm in full support of her view. Prophecy.
That's right! Paimon's
Yes. About what we had discussed before. Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you see?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots.
The Ghensin Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for but I've never met her, and if she were...
Whoa. The Ghensin Circle...
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand...
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect perhaps it is something that... Traveler, Paimon?
Oh, we're fine.
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who has... But even so, I still hope for, and believe perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't.
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go. It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I suppose that might be why we always...
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. Hey, Traveler. Paimon suddenly... Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by. Huh? Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the fortress. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore thus did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery, but journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop, Charlotte took so many awesome photos. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress. Ugh, seriously? Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake! It was so delicious the last time we tried it!
1 slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after all! Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Neuvillete was right. You really can't...
Wait, did he really say something like that?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to...
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would...
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but...
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid my... No. It's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow.
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans. She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily, yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right?
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. I'm unsure this... It's more delicious than last time. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food. Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon!
Ha! You've got some nerve!
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that it's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended.
Really? Oh,
you're almost a little too easy to win over,
Oh, Paimon knows you're no.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden?
When Mona mentioned you, we
I see. It seems you've already... So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a
Nice. In which case...
Huh? So your article in...
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography.
Yeah. Are we even...
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it.
Oh. In that case...
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief. Ooh, so much to get done now. Talk to you later.
Wait, Charlotte. Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If, just for example, Fontaine...
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but from what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed, and then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic. But anyway, that's my answer.
That's so nice. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine, but... no, Paimon should ask... We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time... You mean, still traveling? Huh. Feels like it'll grow, but it's still better than the Fortress of Meripede.
So the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia, aren't you?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Neuvillete's... Not at all. I'm well aware that your friends... Yes, inside the Opera House.
A riot?
Well, that said, Lady Furina was watching a performance at the Opera House, loudly accusing her of doing nothing. And before she could respond, others started to... The crowd continued to grow and protest.
So people have started to put the blame on Furina. Guess they...
I agree. People will naturally...
So what happened after that?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control, and that further, the Marechaussee Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not...
So... You mean she's...
That's right. The Marechaussee has dispatched... That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is a god after all. Good. Monsieur...
Don't worry. This is more than enough to go...
Is that so?
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Furina, she won't try to fix things in this. And, as we also know, when Neuvillete was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, it would be hard for her to ignore... Paimon thinks Furina... Huh! Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but in that case, there's not a moment to... This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Furina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible. Ah, that's Furina, right over there.
Should I just give up? What was meant to happen did happen. I'm sorry. Give up for... I'm sorry. But what can I even do? Who's that?
Don't worry, Furina, it's just...
So, it is you...
Furina, you were crying...
What do you mean, tear stains? Who did that uncivilized They even dare to tout their Archon! Oh, and I'm sure Neuvillete and those people from the marsh...
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Furina, those people seem to be after you.
They are... That's against the rule.
Furina just ran off! Quick, we have to catch up with her! This should be the place, right? Hey, Furina! There's a good hiding spot over here!
What?
Hurry, they're almost here!
Fine. I suppose haste...